Hello everyone, I am Agasthiya Reni. I am pursuing my master's degree in the field of mathematics in Dr. SNS Rajalakshmi College of Arts and Science. I am here to explain you all about the process of implementing number theory in visual cryptography for secure online transaction using QR codes based on artificial intelligence. In the presentation, I will be explaining about a specific field of mathematics, that is number theory, which is implemented in the concepts of visual cryptography for the secure online transaction using QR codes. Also, here the concepts of artificial intelligence has been included as it plays the main code recognition system which enhances the online transaction security. In this modern world, due to excessive availability of the internet, it is extremely easy for people to communicate and share multimedia content with each other. Moreover, online transaction has also been widely developed in which secure means of data transfer plays the major role. At the same time, secure transfer of personal and copyrighted data has become a critical issue. Visual cryptography is a tool for securing data, that is images or text that contain sensitive information. As a subset of secret sharing, visual cryptography has got its importance for its security mechanism, which takes into account both image processing and cryptography. To achieve this goal, we manipulate quick response code, that is QR code, as a container. QR codes generated by a certain system can carry its ordinary message in addition to the secure data. Anyone can read the message, but the secure data can only be obtained using a secret key. Furthermore, the QR code recognition often faces the challenge of the uneven background fluctuation, inadequate illuminations, and distortions due to the improper image acquisition method. This makes the identification of QR codes difficult, and therefore to deal with this problem, artificial intelligence based systems come into existence. At first, let me explain the important and foremost concept, number theory. In number theory, we study the algebraic structure of natural numbers. This paved the way for further exploration and thus partly responsible for the modern revolution in mathematics and its application. In number theory, concurrences plays the vital role. Such concurrences are nothing but a statement about divisibility. It is simple, yet enormously useful and powerful to the study of number theory. Here we say A is congruent to B modulo n if and only if A minus B is divisible by n. That is, if we consider n as a positive integer, then the integer A and B are concurrent modulo n, then A and B have the identical remainder on division by n. Then, if a set of congruences are considered, we use Chinese remainder theorem. In its basic form, the Chinese remainder theorem will regulate a number n that, when divided by some given divisors, leaves remainder. The Chinese remainder theorem is focused on the solution of linear and modular congruences. To reveal, there is no general method to solve algebraic congruences. Congruences modulo composite number are much more difficult to solve than those of prime moduli. However, such congruences can be reduced to a set of congruences with prime moduli and can be solved using the Chinese remainder theorem. To explain the Chinese remainder theorem, let us consider a system of congruences to different moduli. And if each pair of moduli are relatively prime, then GCD of mi and mj is equal to 1 where I is not equal to j. Then the system is said to have exactly one common solution modulo capital M, and two solutions are congruent to one another modulo capital M. Such an important Chinese remainder theorem has its widespread application in cryptography, such as secure transmission of codes and signals in military and defense applications. Now, to disclose about the merits of the Chinese remainder theorem, it can be applied to increase the efficiency of making use of relatively small numbers in most of the calculations. The Chinese remainder theorem has been a useful tool in applications of number theories to various fields. Now to mention, some key merit points are enlarged efficiency in machine computation, reduced memory and refined hardware requirements, depletion in space requirement for storage of data, because large numbers are converted into relatively smaller ones by solutions of linear congruences. Use of simple arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, and hence execution of million instructions per second is attainable. Faster computation process and hence depletion in processing time. Firstly, to mention the new algorithm of number theory based image compression and encryption, that is NTICE algorithm, is developed based on a Chinese remainder theorem for secure transaction of the hidden data. The flow of flow diagram of NTICE based image coding system is shown. That is, in the transmission part, the image, that is the plain text, is compressed and encrypted simultaneously and then transformed as a chipper text. While the process of encryption, the key is included. After the transmission, the chipper text is received in the receiver part. In the receiver part, the decryption and decompression is taken part with the key available. Hence, finally, again, the plain text is retrieved. This is the process of NTICE algorithm. In the process of NTICE algorithm, the secret image to be shared is taken as n cross m matrix. In color image coding application, the color space, namely red, green and blue, in 24 bits per pixel RGB scale of 8 bits per pixel each are compressed separately as in the grayscale image. In this process of compression, an image of size n cross m matrix is fragmented into blocks of size 1 cross k. Every pixel in the block is divided by 16 to generate 2 off pixels of 4 bits each. This procedure is called thresholding. Thus, the input image is appraised as a sequence of off pixels and the key sequence is a set of relatively prime numbers given by n, which is greater than the images ai and a dash of I. Now, the coefficients of the CRT are obtained by generating n for each key value using p, where p is the product of all keys considered. These stages are sustained on prior to transmission. The value of Ci can be generated once the key is decided. Hence, they are calculated and stored in the system to be used during transmission. For the transmission of images, the value of Tr is resolved for each block of k of pixel values. This is the important step of the algorithm as it makes sure simultaneous encryption and compression. At the reception part, the k half pixel values are generated from the single value of Tr and Tr dash. Again, in the receiver part, same process is repeated in the reverse order. To say the encryption is done as the decryption and the compression is done as the decompression simultaneously with the respective key. Also, the pixels are then reconstructed from the half pixels. Now, to reveal the advantages of NTICE algorithm, there are various positive points that motivates us to use this algorithm for secure sharing of the images. Some of them are employment of simultaneous encryption and compression, enhanced level of security, optimum compression ratio, zero latency at the receiver. Decryption is substantially simplified than encryption. Simple computational or number crunching steps. Applications for diverse applications like remote sensing, biomedical imaging. Then, to say about the implementing process of the NTICE algorithm in the transmission and reception of the secure images as follows. For secure online transaction, two images can be merged so that when an intruder tries to intercept the image, it is not knowledgeable to them. This concept can be implemented on the NTICE algorithm to advance its encryption levels. The algorithm for the application is given in the 6 steps. In this process, the secret image is first divided into two with the Chinese remainder theorem as quotient and the remainder. Later, the both divided parts are separately applied by the NTICE algorithm and transmitted. Finally, in the reception part, the images are received separately and then the secure image is retrieved. Now, it's time to get to know about the QR codes. Quick response code, that is QR code, was developed by the Chinese Denso Wave company. QR code is a two-dimensional code which has been adopted as universal specification performed by ISO in 2006. Such a popularized intelligent terminals, QR codes has been widely used in various fields such as information storage, mobile payments, and electronic tickets. For any QR code, we cannot acquire its message by human vision since it is full of dark and light modules which are randomly distributed. These meaningless appearances were similar to the image characteristics of VCS shares. Thus, QR code is considered as the better choice for the mask of VCS shares. The association between VC and QR code is a natural choice, considering that QR code is so widely used nowadays as an information carrier. Recent work is restricted to utilize the error correction capabilities of the QR code to hide a secret QR code. Utilizing other redundancies in QR code should be possible direction to explore. Using a color space, more freedom may exist than one can utilize to improve the perpetual quality. In this method, a steganographic process is embedded using the QR codes. Steganography is considered as the first line of defense in information security as it hides a secret message inside an innocent looking file, that is a container, to transform the payload under the adversary's nose without noticing it. Their system consists of two parts. The first one is creating a QR code of encrypted message. The second one is hiding the colored image inside a generated QR code. The concealing process does not generate a visible image distortion and produce a very minimal bit error rate. First, the secret image is encrypted, then concealed in a QR code. After that, the QR code is camouflaged inside the image. Using double encryption and embedding technique makes the system hard to break, but on the other hand, it makes the system less time efficient. Now it's time for the artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, as known as AI, is the imitation or cloning of human intelligence that allow machines, more specifically computer system, to perform in an extremely intelligent manner. So basically, an artificial intelligence system perceives its environment in a manner that helps in analytical self in maximizing its chance of success. John McCarthy coined the term in 1956 and was defined as the science and engineering of making intelligent machines. The data we're producing is in I chunks. We as humans need something that processes and handles data to minimize the strenuous effort being put into handling it. This process and handling of data is called data science. Now AI brings in a new perspective towards managing problems and solving them. The QR recognition often faces the challenges of uneven background fluctuations, inadequate illuminations, and distortions due to the improper image acquisition method. This makes the identification of QR codes difficult, and therefore, to deal with the problem, artificial intelligence based system came into existence. The two-dimensional code distortion is addressed in this study, which was a serious research issue in the existing software systems. The research outcomes obtained after emphasizing on the pre-processing stage of the image revealed that the significant improvement of 14% is observed from the reading rate of QR image code after processing by the system algorithm. The artificial intelligence algorithm adopted as a certain effect in improving the recognition rate of the two-dimensional code image. In this technical world, online transaction plays the major role in the transaction method due to the widely use of e-commerce. Such transactions include online banking and payment on an e-commerce platform, paying through scanning a QR code, and payment using an online social network app. For this transaction to be secure, we need to ensure that the both hardware and software are secure. That is, exist a Trojan horses unknowingly in the devices. A Trojan horse is a malicious program in hardware or in software residing in a client or a server trying to compromise the security of the computer system or communication system. However, considering the diverse source of apps and softwares installed on the computer or cell phone, one cannot guarantee that their device is Trojan free. Using such an insecure device can cause transaction insecure. This may be because a Trojan horse may monitor all messages from bank to the user's device. So, to ensure the security of transaction, a design was introduced. It is based on 2,2 visual cryptography scheme where two shares are generated and the two shares are required to be stacked to present the original image. The algorithm itself is bidirectional such that the input can be encrypted to one end and then the ones decrypted at the other end. Both the encryption and decryption of images, the QR codes, are done at the server sites for increased security as it's not to allowed as any possibility of tampering at the client side. The service starts with a merchant requesting a payment to be commanded providing a specific amount of to be expected. There are various applications that creates the accustomed QR code with provided merchant information from the server itself, feeds into the VCS and transports one of the produced shares to the merchant in the form of QR code which is to be scanned. The other share will be kept in the server. Scanning the QR code will prompt the server to achieve the related twin share, combine both shares, and complete a successful transaction. The QR code has been enormously used in the recent years since they speed up the payment process and provide us the ultimate convenience. However, QR-based online payments system are vulnerable to different types of attacks. Hence, the transaction processing must be secure to protect the integrity and confidentiality of the payment process. Moreover, the online payment system needed to provide authenticity for both the sender and the receiver of the each transaction. The online transaction security of the proposed QR-based system is providing usual visual cryptography. The online payment technology has evolved greatly in business and has vastly enhanced the customer experience. As the payment process is invisible to the user, technological substitutions and are looking for ways to make payment process faster and more secure and innovative. In online payments, no mistakes can be afforded as the convenience of the online payment system has also opened up an extensive set of cyber attacks. Hereby, we say that implementing number theory concepts in visual cryptography for secure online transaction using QR codes based on artificial intelligence provides the online transaction in the most secured way. Thank you for your valuable time to listening to me. I hope you all the great success and work hard towards your goal. Thank you.